Good morning, grade 6 learners. We are already on week 5 of quarter 1 in Mathematics 6. Last week, we discussed about addition and subtraction of decimals. Of course, you need to write the numbers in column and align the decimal point before adding and subtracting. This week, we are expected to multiply decimals and mixed decimals up to 2 decimal places. Also, you need to multiply mentally by powers of 10. Another one is that you should be able to solve word problems involving multiplication of decimals using appropriate strategy. Let us start by multiplying decimals by whole numbers. Multiplying a decimal by a whole number will result to a product with the same number of decimal places as to the given decimal. Example number 1 is 3 times 1 and 2 tenths. So for repeated addition, you will add 1.2 plus 1.2 plus 1.2, thus you will get 3.6. So if you use multiplication, we have 1 and 2 tenths times 3, which will give you 3 and 6 tenths. Since in our first factor, we have 1 decimal place, and in the second factor, we do not have any decimal point because it's a whole number, the product will have 1 decimal place, like 3 and 6 tenths. Now, for example number 2, multiply 42 and 25 hundredths by 13. So, the multiplicand will be 42 and 25 hundredths times 13. So, the first factor has 2 decimal places, while 13 has no decimal place. So, by multiplying, we multiply first by 1. So, 3 times 5 is 15, carry 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1, 7. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. Now, for the other partial product, you multiply 1 by 5, by 2, by 2, and by 4. Thus, we will get 4,225. Adding the partial products, we will bring down 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry 1. Plus 6 plus 2 is 9. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So, our product will be 549 and 25 hundredths. We have 2 decimal places because of our factor, which is 42 and 25 hundredths. Let us now have multiplying decimals with zeros in the product. Sometimes when we multiply decimals, we need to insert zeros in the product to make the correct number of decimal places. Look at example A. Multiply 5 hundredths by 7 hundredths. So, by doing it vertically, multiply 7 by 5, you will get 35. 5 hundredths has 2 decimal places as well as 7 hundredths. So, adding the decimal places, we will have 2 plus 2 equals 4. Insert 2 zeros to make 4 decimal places so that you will get 35 10,000s. Now, for example B, multiply 23 hundredths by 5 hundredths. So, both 23 hundredths and 5 hundredths have 2 decimal places. Let us multiply 5 times 3 equals 15, carry 1. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 equals 11. So, since 23 hundredths has 2 decimal places, 5 hundredths has 2 decimal places, adding the decimal places, you will get 4 decimal places. Insert 1 zero to make 4 decimal places. So, the product of 23 hundredths and 5 hundredths is 115 10,000s. This time, let us study how to multiply mixed decimals. In multiplying mixed decimal by another mixed decimal, multiply them as if they are whole numbers. In placing the decimal point in the product, get the sum of the number of decimal places in each factor. Look at example number 1. 2 and 86 hundredths times 1 and 45 hundredths. So, write it vertically. You multiply 5 by 6, you will get 30, carry 3. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 3, 43, carry 4. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 4 equals 14. Now 4 times 6 is 24, carry 2. 4 times 8 is 32 plus 2 equals 34, carry 3. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 equals 11. Then multiply 1 by 286. Following the identity property of multiplication, you simply bring down the number. So 1 times 286 is 286. Then add the partial products. So we have 0, 3 plus 4 is 7, 4 plus 4 plus 6 is 14, carry 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 8 equals 11, carry 1. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. So the product is 4 and 1,470 10,000s. Since our factors have 2 decimal places each, you add the decimal places, you will get 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now to simplify your answer, you may cancel 0. So the other product that you may write is 4 and 147 thousandths. Now for another example, you have 12 and 19 hundredths times 6 tenths. Multiply 12.19 times 6.3. So 3 times 9 is 27, carry 2. 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Then 6 times 9 is 54, carry 5. 6 times 1 plus 5 is 11, carry 1. 6 times 2 plus 1 is 13, carry 1. 6 times 1 plus 1 is 7. Then add, bring down 7. 5 plus 4 is 9. 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 3 is 6. Bring down 7. The first factor has 2 decimal places. The second one has 1 decimal place. So add 2 and 1, you will get 3 decimal places. So the product is 76 and 797 thousandths. So to multiply decimal, ignore the decimal points and multiply as if they are whole numbers. Place the decimal point in the product based on the total number of decimal places in the factors. You'll have to note that count the number of decimal places from the right. This time around, let us have multiplication of decimals by powers of 10. Study the given examples. Multiply 5 and 24 hundredths by 10, 100, and 1,000. Look at what happened to the decimal point. When you multiply by 10, you simply move the decimal point one step to the right. When you multiply a decimal by 100, move the decimal point 2 steps to the right since 100 has 2 zeros. Okay, you may delete the decimal point at the end. And when you multiply by 1,000, you move the decimal point 3 steps to the right, add 0 when necessary. Then multiply 5 and 24 hundredths by 1/10, 100th, and 1,000th. Look at the decimal point. You move now the decimal point 1 step to the left, 2 steps to the left, and then 3 steps to the left. What happened to the number of decimal places? Have you noticed that they increase? So, to multiply a decimal by 10, 100, or 1,000, count the number of zeros in 10, 100, and 1,000. Move the decimal point to the right based on the number of zeros. Then, when you multiply decimals by 1/10, 100, or 1,000, count the number of decimal places in the 10th, 100th, or 1,000th. Move the decimal point to the left based on the number of decimal places. Now, let us have problem solving involving multiplication of decimals. For problem number 1, how many centavos are there in 137 pesos and 85 centavos? To answer this, the clue is that 1 peso is equal to 100 centavos. For the solution, you multiply 137 pesos and 85 centavos by 1 peso, convert 1 peso to 100 cents, multiplied by 137 and 85 centavos, you will get 13,785 cents. So there are 13,785 centavos in 137 pesos and 85 centavos. For the second problem, we have Jason and Mark are best friends. One day, Mark borrowed money from Jason. Jason lent him 35 pesos, consisting of 5 peso and 25 centavo coins. Jason gave 26 coins to his best friend. How many pieces of each coin did Jason give to Mark? So for the first step in problem solving, we have understand what is asked, what are the given facts. So for what the problem is asking for, we have the number of 5 peso coins and 25 centavo coins Jason gave to Mark. What are the given facts? There are 26 coins, combination of 5 pesos and 25 centavos. The total amount of the coins is 35 pesos. For the second step in problem solving, we have plan. What operations shall we use to solve the problem? For the strategy, we have guess and check. For the third step, we have show your computation. Applying the strategy, we have guess 1. Suppose there are 21 25 centavo coins. Multiplied by 21, you will get 5 pesos and 25 centavos. If there are 5 peso coins, 5 multiplied by 5 pesos is 25 pesos. So when you add 5 pesos and 25 centavos and 25 pesos, you will get 30 pesos and 25 centavos. So 30 pesos and 25 centavos is less than 35 pesos. For another guess, we suppose there are 25 centavo coins multiplied by 25 centavos, you will get 5 pesos. Then 6 times 5 pesos is 30 pesos. So add 5 pesos and 30 pesos, you will get 35 pesos. So 35 pesos is equal to 35 pesos. So Jason gave Mark 6 pieces of 5 peso coins and 20 pieces of 25 cents. So the correct guess is guess number 2. So to check for the fourth step, you have to go back to our calculation.